With just 3 carefully selected exercises, you can strengthen every leg muscle surprisingly fast. In today's video, I'm going to show you what those 3 moves are and how you can do them safely at home. So you've got 7 major muscle groups in your legs that all need strengthening. You've got your hip flexors and your hip extensors. You've got your hip abductors and adductors. You've got your knee extensors and your knee flexors. And then you've got your calves, which help to control the ankle. Now that's a lot of muscles, and if you worked every single one of those muscle groups individually, you'll be there all day. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to waste a load of my precious time exercising throughout the whole day. But fear not, I've got 3 simple moves to show you that will strengthen every single one of these muscle groups, and I'm going to show you in just a moment. But before I do, I just need to make you aware they're not going to be suitable for everyone, so do get checked out before you give them a try, and if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. The first exercise we're going to do today is the goblet squat. And this is a lovely exercise because it strengthens your quads, your glutes at the back, your upper and side glutes as well, and also your adductors. So we're tackling 4 of those muscles with just 1 exercise. It's really easy to do. Start off with a very light weight, and if you don't have a dumbbell like me, just use a bag filled up with books and hold it into your chest. Here's how the exercise looks. You're going to pick up your dumbbell and you're going to hold it like this with your palms up, and you're going to keep it nice and close into your chest. You're going to keep your back nice and straight, and the movement looks something like this. You stick your bottom out and bend your knees at the same time without rounding your spine. Go as deep as you can and then come back up again. Now you don't have to go all the way down. Just go until you feel you're at the edge of your comfort zone, or your knees maybe start to groan a little bit. Don't go right into pain. So if your knees are sore, don't push them to the point where it's painful. Just do what you can. And we want to keep that back nice and straight. And if you find that halfway down your back starts to bend, just stop at that point and come back up. Now the goal here is to keep doing repetitions until we start to get a working ache in some of those leg muscles. And I would aim for somewhere between 10 and 20 repetitions in a row. Once you get to that point, you feel like your legs are a bit tired, you can put your weight down, have a 1 to 2 minutes rest, and repeat that 3 times over. And that's a brilliant start to getting your leg muscles working. Now, as a side note, if you're enjoying this routine so far, I've got tons more like it designed to help you strengthen your body and build muscle in my lifelong mobility program. It's perfect for people over 50, and you can find details of it below this video. The next exercise we're going to do to tackle even more of your leg muscles is the Romanian deadlift. And for this exercise, you're either going to need 2 dumbbells or 1 barbell, which is 1 long bar with weights at either end, or again, you can hold some heavy bags because we're going to be doing this kind of hinging movement. Now, the beauty of this exercise is it strengthens basically the opposite muscles in some ways to the one we just did. It strengthens your hamstrings, so your knee flexors. Again, it strengthens your glutes as well. So we've basically covered all of the upper half of the legs in just 2 exercises. So here's how it looks. You're going to stand with your dumbbells or your barbell on the floor facing sort of horizontal to you. You can bend down like this and pick up your light weight and just rest them on the front of your thighs like this. Keep your back up nice and tall, and then just make a small bend in your knees, just so you've got a nice soft knee. And by the way, before we do this, be very careful of this exercise if you have osteoporosis or sciatica. It doesn't make it dangerous, but you do have to be very, very careful. So get checked out definitely if you have either of those conditions. So here is how the movement looks. It's a hinging movement. So we're going to keep our back straight, and you're basically going to stick your bottom out behind you as far as it can go while sliding those dumbbells down the front of your legs. Now, if you're keeping your knee angle constant, you'll probably hit a point about here where your hamstrings are going to stop you from going any further. That's just a stretch at the back of my leg, which means basically I'd have to round my spine if I wanted to go any further. So at that point, that's your signal to come back up and bring it up to the starting position. Simple as that. At the top, just squeeze your bottom together and then go back down into that sliding movement. Now, it makes sense to allow your head to sort of follow your shoulders here. So you shouldn't keep your head up like this throughout. Just allow your head to come down, so your eyes should drift slowly down towards the floor. And again, we're just letting that little stretch in the hamstrings be our signal for when we've gone far enough, and then come back up. Now, as you're doing this exercise, again, you want to do 10 to 20 repetitions in a row, 3 sets of that with a 1 to 2 minutes rest in between, and then we can move on to our final exercise to round off the entirety of your legs. So there's one muscle group we've neglected so far, and that is the calf at the back of the leg here. Now, one of the easiest ways to strengthen it is the heel raise, and that's the exercise I'm going to show you today. To do it, you just need your bottom step, and you definitely need something to hold on to. This is not a balance exercise, so do have some banisters nearby. And we want to stand on your bottom step kind of like this. So you've got just the front half of both feet on the step, and the heels are hanging down. Make sure you're holding on for support. And then we're just going to go up nice and slow, 1, 2, and then down even slower, 1, 2, 3 on the way down. And then we keep doing that repeatedly until we start to get that working ache at the back of both calves, as if you've worked them quite hard and they're pretty tired. Now, if you can do more than 20 of those in a row, and you don't get any kind of ache in your calf, you need to make this a bit harder for yourself. So you've got 2 options. The first option is you can wear a rucksack with some heavy books in it, or you can use one of your dumbbells just in one hand just to increase that resistance. So I'll show you how it looks with the dumbbell. Nothing changes. You just hold the dumbbell in one hand and then come up nice and tall and then slowly back down. Now you might be thinking, well, that looks unbalanced, but it's not really. As long as you keep your back nice and straight, the dumbbell is adding the equal amount of weight to both legs. So you're still going to get a really good workout. Again, 10 to 20 repetitions, 3 sets total. You've just done a brilliant workout that's covered every leg muscle that really matters for walking and mobility. Do that 2 or 3 times per week, and it's going to make a huge difference in just a few months. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, drop a comment below and let me know. If you like this kind of thing, again, tell us so we can make more of it, and I'll see you again on the next one.